I'm Vasel. Welcome to Look Back. This is a video series in which I go back and look at the reviews I did 1 year ago, 5 years ago, and 10 years ago. And we kind of keep track of where I'm thinking about these games now, or where I look at them. Are they in my collection? Do I still like them? So we'll start with 1 year ago. We'll start with Battle Yahtzee Deadpool. Have you ever wanted to take Yahtzee, which is not an awful game? Yahtzee's a good game. But they added this battle mechanism in where you could fight someone. It was just this random lucky mess. Not good at all. Castle Flutterstone. This is a dexterity game for kids with feathers. Now, feathers are okay, and the idea was fun, you know, throw feathers and see where they land. But feathers are really, the vagaries of where they land is just all over the place. A little too random, I think, even for kids. Then we have Pirate Lords. This is a game of like I split, you choose type. Not I split, you choose, but like who's going to get something. But there's just too few cards in this game for it to really work. It felt just a little underdeveloped, I think. Then we go to Fight for Olympus. This is a two-player back-and-forth game where you're collecting cards and playing cards on each side. It's not fantastic by any means, and there can be some wild shifts in how you play the cards and groups of cards move around, but it works. It still works well, and I enjoyed it. Epic Tyrants is an expansion for the game Epic. I think Epic is kind of a silly, fun, entertaining style game. It's not a great game by any means. It's like if you played Magic the Gathering and had all the most powerful cards. So this just adds more to that mix, and it worked well. Myth, I think is how you pronounce it. It's like mice with a lisp. This is a little game that when you open it, the board pops out. It's cutesy, and you move these mice around, and you use cards, but you're drawing cards from other people's hands and then distributing those cards back to other people. It's kind of an interesting way that you play the game. I like it. Harry Potter Hogwarts Battle. This game has done extremely well and is still doing well today. I find it was a good deck builder. I don't know that there's anything more about it. It's pretty solid, a cooperative deck builder, but it works. Scythe Invaders From Afar. This is the first expansion for Scythe. I just reviewed the second one last week. This one just added more factions. Good, solid. 2 more factions for the game. You can play more players now. I would not do that, but I do like the variety of what factions do I want to play with. And then Heroes of Cascaria. This is a kids game from Haba, which is very well put together as you are basically collecting cards and then playing sets of cards to move these creatures to the top. And you're trying to be the first one there to be the champion wizard. It has a little bit of Harry Potter-esque type artwork to it. Really good game. 5 years ago, I did Level 7 Escape, which almost made me not play Level 7 Omega Protocol when it came out because I thought it was like a sequel. Level 7 Escape, you wake up, you are in this escape facility, and there's aliens and scientists trying to kill you. Not a great thing, but the game itself was just too boring, too mundane, too much going on. I don't like it at all. Slavika is a game in which you are putting down hero cards and monster cards, and it was too complicated, too small, too underdeveloped, really, when Sam and I played this one. Zombie Run for Your Lives is a zombie game in which you get cards. You're trying to collect a set of cards, and then you play bad cards and other people, good cards yourself. But take that. The cards look really nice, but just too random and chaotic to be fun. Then we have Sator Arepo Tenet Opera Rotas. Probably just mispronounced that Latin thing, but it's also an anagram. It all works. It's an interesting game in which you are trying to move across a library by moving these platforms to the right spots so you can move around and get the books that you need over this pit that you don't want to fall in. Really cool aesthetics, a neat game. Tammany Hall. This mean game about the different crime groups in old New York trying to take control of different regions. It's a little deep. There's a little bit going on in it. You really need to know what you're doing, and you need to be prepared to hate the other players you're playing against. But it was a fine reprint from Pandasaurus Games. And Alien Frontiers Factions. These are the factions for Alien Frontiers. I'll never play without them. Giving each person a special ability and having their own place to put workers just added a lot of flavor to the game. 10 years ago, the only game I reviewed was Before the Wind. Before the Wind was a game in which you're collecting cards, but it was very interactive. You'd make other people offers for different cards, and they're offering back and forth. I thought the game itself looked fairly boring, but when I played it, I found out that I enjoyed it a lot. So those are the games I played 1, 5, and 10 years ago, and what I think about them now. See you next time. I'm Tom Vasel, and this has been Look Back on the Dice Tower.